table tennis, when you reach this stage, it is the worst. You feel like everything is going right. Everything is going well. You hit this stage, and then it just seems like you lose your motivation. Maybe you're discouraged. Maybe you're angry. Maybe you feel like quitting. This stage that we're going to talk about today happens to everyone. For some people, it happens maybe in the first year, first 2 years. Maybe other people, they don't encounter this stage for the 5th or 6th or 7th year. But I promise you, you are going to hit this stage in table tennis. What stage is it? It's when you hit a plateau. You see, you start off at this level, maybe 500, 600, 700 level, and you jump up. At your first tournament, you win a trophy. Second tournament, you win a trophy. Third tournament, you go up by 400 points, and you just feel like, hey, everybody else has a hard time improving, but I'm the exception. I can improve faster than everybody else in table tennis. These guys at the club have been playing for 10 or 15 years. I'm beating all of them. And then guess what? You hit 1800, maybe you hit 1900, maybe you hit 2100, and you hit a plateau. Everybody plateaus at a different stage. Some people, they do plateau at 800, some plateau at 1500, some plateau at 2500 or 2600. But regardless of who you are, you will hit a plateau that you stay at the same level for a number of weeks or months or possibly years. So I'm going to talk to you today about 4 things that can help you to overcome a plateau. You've improved, now you're at the same level for a long time. What's it going to take to get you to make another breakthrough? Number 1, start digging. What do I mean by that? I mean that you need to start investigating why it is that you can't beat higher level players. Let's just use 1800 for an example. You're beating the guys that are 15, 16, 1700, but you can't beat the guys that are 1800 and 1900. Instead of just saying, hey, I can't beat anybody between 1725 and 1875, instead of saying something like that, you need to actually do some digging and ask yourself, why is it that I'm losing these matches? Record yourself and actually analyze, why am I losing? Basically 2 categories. Number 1 is you're still making too many unforced errors. If they're making 2 or 3 unforced errors, you're making 6 or 7 unforced errors, and they just give you a simple push and you just miss your backhand loop, let's say. That would be an unforced error. Or they have some weapons that you're not able to stop. Their flip is so strong that you can't loop the flip and you end up blocking or lobbing. Their loop has so much spin that you can't get the timing and give a quality block, and you're usually missing that block because their spin is so strong. They're able to play much quicker, much more efficient than you, and much faster, and you can't handle that in the rally. So you need to figure out, is it because of your lack of consistency, or is it because of their strong weapons? Once you can put yourself, generally speaking, in one of these 2 categories, then that allows us to choose this route or this route. If they have weapons that you can't stop, then you need to develop skills to either stop those weapons or return it. But if it's just you being inconsistent, this is oftentimes the case, you need to figure out how you can be more consistent. Let's say, for example, when you play that guy that's 1500, you make 6 errors a game, but guess what? He makes 6 errors a game, so you're able to win just because of his errors. Maybe when you play that guy's 1800, he's not making as many mistakes. You're making the same number of mistakes as you are against the lower guy, and you lose, and you chalk it up to, oh, he's just better than me. No, maybe not. Maybe he just makes fewer errors. So, how do you become more consistent? That's one of the questions that we're going to be answering today a little bit later. So the first question is, do some digging to put yourself in one of those 2 categories. The second thing is actually change it up. So instead of just practicing more of the same thing, change up your practice. Instead of just going to the club 3 days a week, get a power pong robot and isolate specific areas of your game to practice. Or get a coach or get a training partner, and instead of just practicing everything in general like most people do, change it up by working on very specific things. It could be strengths that you want to get stronger, or it could be weak points. If your opponent keeps pushing deep to your backhand and you're only landing 20% on, they push deep 10 times to your backhand, you only make 2 and you're giving 8 unforced errors in the backhand loop, that's something you got to work on. The third thing is, have a 1-month goal. A lot of times you hear about people having life goals. This is on my bucket list as far as this is really what I want to achieve. by age 55 or 65, or before I die, I want to achieve this. When you're getting over a plateau, it's really helpful to have a 1-month goal. Okay, my goal within 1 month is to beat these particular guys at the club. Or my goal within 1 month is to be 90% on with my opening loop. Or my goal within 1 month, when I go back and I watch that video of myself playing at the tournament, I want to be able to attempt to loop all half-long serves. So make a 1-month goal. And then the fourth thing is practice according to that goal. As I said on the second point, you need to change it up, but you need to change it up as specific as possible. Change it up by shortening your practice. Most people will say, oh, just practice more, practice more, practice more. If you've hit a plateau, practicing more and doing more of what you're currently doing, it's probably not going to actually help that much. You're going to actually be able to get through the plateau sometimes when you practice less, but differently. If you're used to going and doing a 2-hour robot session, instead of doing 2 hours, do an hour and a half, but do very specific drills. An example of a specific drill would be, instead of doing full table random, I realized that I need to improve my small adjustability with backhand. So I just do backhand half table random with depth and height and placement variation. So balls are coming anywhere in here, and I'm adjusting and just working on just my backhand loop. Like I said, instead of doing 2 hours, do an hour and a half. What you're going to find after this 1 month is that sometimes getting to the next level or the next level or the next level doesn't have to do with what people say, just practice more, just work hard. Sometimes it's practicing differently. So do some digging, do the investigating, change up your practice, set a 1-month goal, and then set daily goals for each session. A lot of people set long-term goals, but you've got to also be able to set daily goals for each session. If you set daily goals for each session, every drill within every session has a goal. It's going to be much easier for you to make measured progress. And if you're making measured progress each and every day, it should carry over to results at the club, and then that should carry over to results in tournament. And as I've said many times before to you, it's not just a matter of going to the tournament and getting amped up that now is the time to win. It's realizing that you actually win in practice when you develop new skills, and tournament time is just an overflow from your practice. If you've enjoyed watching this video, make sure you hit like and subscribe down below. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave me a question. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.